Oh, hello everyone. Yes, welcome back. Welcome back to this Netflix special. Remember, hello, hello, and laughter is the best medicine. And I am Dr. Benjamin K. Chan. All right. So yes, thank you for the applause. I hear you. In case you guys are new to this, video. Yes, we are at PICC in Manila, and this is being covered from Manila to Cebu to Cagayan de Oro. Yes, you remember I do have this medical condition called, visual and auditory hallucination. Yes, but anyway, this is the special, okay? And if you guys remember in my last video, episode, I was talking about how the Bisaya people of Bisaya, when they speak about flower becomes cotton, right? Bulaklak, they call it bulak, like magic, right? My producer was last week was telling me to like cut it, say. They're not very happy about that. Happy about that. That I'm talking about how the language, right? So anyway, so today we're not talking about that. Today we'll talk about something different. Since you guys know that I do speak different languages, and so we'll talk about Fukien. When I was growing up in Manila, I learned to speak Fukien, which actually my mother tongue. That's my first language at home. My grandfather, on my father's side, is from China, from Fukien, and he went to vegan. So my dad was born in vegan. Ilocano. I learned to say mangan. Maisa, dua, talo, upat, lima, and my mom is from Bacolod, right? So she knows we say it's Bisaya, so mangan, kaon na ka, uno, dos, tres, cuatro, cinco, mercado, and yeah. I'm sorry, my producer's telling me again to cut it. No Bisaya. Anyway, so we'll talk about Fukien, and I remember when I was growing up, we have this Chinese book where there's a picture there, for example, the hand. It would say, Chinese character so, that's Mandarin for hand. We were asked to remember it like so, si chu. Chu is Hokkien, right? So is Mandarin, so, si chu. And then there'll be like a picture of a cow, and it would say niu, right? Niu is Mandarin for cow, and so we have to say niu, si gu, right? So, si chu, niu, si gu, something like that. So that's how we learn it. But now that I'm older and think back about the language, I'm amazed on how my ancestors is able to learn new words. They came from Fukien, they speak Fukien, and some of them now they're in Manila, they're in the Philippines, in Vigan or in Bacolod, they have to learn some Tagalog, right? So what they did was, let's say they saw a bottle. Yeah, bote, right? Bote. So to remember that, they add that with the Fukien, right? So, bottle becomes bote, can. Can is Fukien. So you just add the bote and the can, they get bote can, right? So it was like my grandma, my ama, we say, hey, bena, di chong sige bote can, tueki, kanto kak. Yeah, kanto kak. Kanto means what? Corner, right? To the corner. And the kak means corner too in Fukien. So kanto kak, right? So it's like, bena, di chong sige bote, tueki, kanto kak, bring this bottle to the corner. Yeah, that's what it is. So I thought that's brilliant. That's how they speak, and I'm sure there are other words right now I can think of those, but those are some examples of how brilliant they are in terms of language, right? And then the other language that I grew up with, if you were born in my generation, you probably remember Spanish, right? So went to college in 1978. So that time we were still required to have 12 units of Spanish, and that means 4 semesters. Honestly, compared to Chinese, I find Spanish really, really hard. Yeah, because what drives me crazy was the verb, right? You have to change yo tengo, tú tienes, and all those things. Unlike Chinese, it's easy, right? So let's say 我昨天吃饭. Yesterday, I ate, but 吃 is the same. That's eat, right? 我现在在吃饭. 吃 same thing, eat. You don't have to change the verb, right? And 我明天要吃饭 tomorrow I will eat. So that's the same 吃, same, you don't have to change the word. All you need to do is just change the time. Yeah? 昨天 yesterday, 现在 now, 明天 tomorrow, then that's easy, right? So Spanish, but anyway, because I spent 4 semesters of my life in college learning that language, I thought one of my bucket lists is I really want to a country that speaks Spanish, so I get to practice. So finally, this past December, I was lucky enough to get to Spain, to Madrid actually, right? So before the trip, I kind of brushed up on my Spanish a little bit. So I say, well, the first thing maybe is like hola, that's easy. Hello, right? That's an important word to remember. Another word is probably, thank you, gracias, gracias. So hola, gracias. And of course, in Spain, I read about all this tapas and the beer. So I probably want to go to a bar and just order a beer. So una cerveza, por favor, right? So that's a third, right? And I said, somehow over the years, maybe, when I was in New Mexico and I talked to other Hispanic, I was joking to them about no money, and somehow I pick up the phrase like, no tengo dinero. No is no, and tengo, I don't have money. Dinero is money, right? So anyway, in the month before I went to Madrid in December, I practiced that, the trip to Spain was like, from here to Minneapolis to New York to Madrid, and that's a long flight. A lot of time for me to remember that. So that day, that was a Thursday morning before Christmas. I got to Madrid. I got to this train station called Atocha, and across the station I saw this Mediodía. That's my hotel. That's Mediodía Hotel. And actually there was a bar, But I got there like 6:30 in the morning. I was tired with the jet lag and everything, travel. I went to bed, slept. I woke up about 6:37 that night, and I said, "Oh, okay, well, it's time to go down to the bar." I'm excited. I've been practicing all those 4 phrases of Spanish. So I thought, "Let's go." So I put my money here in my pocket and went down there. So I walked into this bar. It was about almost 7, and in Madrid, the dinner doesn't really start at 9. So that place was pretty empty. So it's like me and maybe there's another guy over there. So I decided to go to the bar table and sat at the chair. And there was this beautiful Spanish lady there. She's the bartender and, dressed in black, beautiful body, Coca-Cola body with a red lipstick, long hair and tied back there. Just beautiful. So I said, this is my chance, right? So I said, hola. I sat down, hola, yeah, she came back and smiled. And I look at her and said, it's working, okay. She came over, una cerveza, por favor. And she smiled, okay, she nodded her head, okay, that's good. I look around, the place is empty, but it's pretty good. I look at the menu, there's some bocadillo, which is sandwich, so that looks good. And then she came back with my beer. So, in Spain, when they give you the beer or wine, it also came with the tapas, just 2 slices of Spanish ham, and also the cheese, the queso, jamón queso, and then also, of course, the pickle, olives. That's really delicious. So she brought it here. I look at her again, beautiful Spanish lady. I said, gracias. She smiled, and that's good. So I think good. With just 2 words so far, hola, gracias, I was able to get my drink, and una cerveza, por favor. So after that drink, when you get to my age, in the 60s, your prostate is a little large, so it's time to go to the bathroom. So again, she was standing in the corner. I said, hola, she came over. I said, ¿Dónde está el baño? Yeah, that's another third letter, right? ¿Dónde está el baño? She said, oh, yes, okay. She just pointed around the corner and said, okay, again, gracias. So I went there, used the bathroom, I came out, I said, wow, this is great, my first day in Madrid. Those words that I learned really pay off. Now I'm so relaxed with the beer. I think now I'm ready to go back to the hotel and sleep, right? So I went there and I sat in the chair, and of course, the beautiful Spanish lady bartender saw me ready to go, and she brought the bill. So I pulled down my jacket and I grabbed her and said, oh shit. Of where's my wallet? So I look, and down here, down here or back, and it's my jacket. I remove my jacket and look and just flip it. Shit, no wallet. And I remember that, yes, when I was coming out from the elevator, someone bumped into me. I was so sleepy that I was still sleeping, that awake. And shit, maybe the guy, in Madrid is known to have a lot of pickpockets, so no money, okay? So at that time, that lady, I think she noticed what I was doing, and that beautiful Spanish lady suddenly became bigger, and it looks like that her mouth, the red, beautiful lips, but the mouth was getting bigger with like pangs coming out, and her eyes becomes darker and pointed and things like that, and it looks like she has a cave with her tail, pointed tail, like ready to eat me. And I was like, she's getting bigger, and I was like this little minion getting smaller, and on top of the bar table was like, I was really sweating. I said, shit, no money, and this lady is like mad at me. What I do? I was puppeting. I was reading fast, and finally, I remember the last thing I learned, the last Spanish, and I look at her and said, no tengo dinero. Yeah, okay. So anyway, so I survived, and so mga kababayan, that's one thing to remember if you want to go to a Spanish-speaking country. Just remember those four things, right? Hola, gracias, una cerveza por favor, donde está el baño, and then also no tengo dinero. I think those will help a lot. Yeah. Anyway, so thank you. So before I finish, I'm looking at the clock. It's already 12 minutes. I don't want to make this too long. I know you guys have to go somewhere else. It's only about almost 5 in the morning, and before I close, I just want to thank my mahal, my wife, who texts me after my first video. He said, Mahal, I love you, I'm proud of you, you did a good job, you're so talented, whatever you do, you always do it great, and whatever you touch turns into gold. I was like, wow, that's really nice, thank you, that's very encouraging. So whatever I touch turned to gold. So this screwdriver, no, actually this is my microphone, right? And I should probably touch this long enough, and it's gonna become gold. That'd be great, and I can retire from my second career, right? Anyway, maraming salamat, good night, and maayong gabi, and I will see you guys next time. All right, bye, take care, bye.